The following show is for entertainment purposes only and does not necessarily reflect the opinions of Empire Media LLC, its subsidiaries, affiliates, sponsors, and advertisers.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Majors Live, episode 289 here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. I'm Adam Hernandez. With me is Dorf. There's Shawn. If you're watching on Facebook Live, you can see our ugly faces.
And my really bad hair.
You really can't even see my face right now.
You can't. Oh yeah, you
You really can't see Shawn's. You can see the side of / back of his head.
Yeah, so you can see my ugly head, alright?
You're not gonna miss your
Now that
head.
you said you can see my ugly face, I'm putting my hat back on because my hair is gross. It's greasy as hell.
Are you gonna take a shower today?
I
Ew.
did not take one this morning. I took one yesterday afternoon.
Oh!
Ew.
Oh,
I got up too late.
Ew.
God, it stinks in here.
shut up.
God, it smells like ass in here. Did you shit your pants, Dorf?
Shawn's sitting there.
Oh man, Dorf, that it stinks, man.
Sorry.
Should have.
Should have thought about that before I
Yeah,
locked
you know,
myself in the room with you two.
Exactly. You've got. Hey, there's two other people in here.
Yeah,
tonight.
man.
You gotta be.
So other people's, nostrils you have to consider.
Yeah, you gotta be. Anyways, welcome everybody.
Shawn's just like using the new microphone because it picks up all the extra armpit.
I know, I
fat
love
noises.
it.
I brought it up tonight because we had to address it. We're gonna get to it a little
buddy.
bit later.
Speaking of armpit farts,
Does Tim Tebow deserve a promotion? So we'll get to that a little bit later. I do want to start off with kind of piggybacking off of what we talked about last week,
it
though,
was 2 weeks ago.
or 2 weeks ago in our fan question, which was we were kind of addressing the ESPN mass layoffs and kind of everything that's going on in Bristol. And it continues this week because ESPN has painted a picture, I think, that is going to get people talking. And again, it revolves around the layoffs and whether or not big sports media in general is in some trouble here. And are they in trouble for a few different reasons, or a couple different reasons? And the biggest threat to big sports media, and I guess specifically since we're mentioning ESPN in this opening topic here, ESPN in and of itself. But is it blogs? Is it social media? Is it other digital platforms that is readily available at the touch of a mobile button for people? Are all these things started to kind of create the perfect storm, in a sense, for an organization like ESPN that up until now hasn't really seen that perfect storm? And ESPN has been pretty impressive because what we've seen so far from
You could argue 3 decades of dominance.
3 decades of dominance, and not only that, Dorf, ESPN has been able to stave off competition from other companies or other outlets out there.
There's been an organization a year trying to knock them off, popping up to try and knock them off.
Fox Sports has tried to do it and have failed.
NBC's failed at it.
NBC's failed. I mean, Comcast in a way has failed at it. Which
Comcast
NBC
really hasn't tried to do nationally.
But since they took over,
regional.
but since they took over NBC, it's become more of a I guess a collective effort in that sense. And those have been the biggest players on the block. I mean, CBS doesn't really have a national,
and they haven't really tried.
No,
either.
and they haven't, and I don't suspect that they are. CBS is probably doing the smart thing right now, where they're kind of sitting on the sidelines saying, "Hey,
Let everybody else try.
we'll let you exactly. We'll
Or
let
see what you guys are doing so we can do something differently, maybe
We'll watch you guys fail.
Mhm.
If you fail,
we'll let y'all fuck it up, and then we'll.
Yeah.
And if
we're
you're
hit them when when they're least expecting it and when they're most like
kneecap them when they're weak.
yeah when they're on their weakest.
and if you're successful, then we'll jump into it and try to make the product better.
Yep.
But what is it? What is it with big sports media right now that is causing this downfall? And I want to know what you guys think right off the bat here. Right, gut feeling, offhand. What is it? Do you think is affecting ESPN and big sports media? Because I think that there is, and it's specifically big sports media. I'm not mentioning big media altogether because in a sense right now I think big media is thriving right now. But when it comes to big sports media, that's where we have a problem.
Go ahead, Dorf.
I think I've got this pegged on two things.
Go ahead.
Changing revenue model due to a cord cutting and the ridiculous increase in cost and rights for live sports.
Okay.
And B, the death of the highlight show.
Okay.
SportsCenter in its oldest, its old pure form where it was just highlights. There's no need for that anymore. Now every team has its own social media department and puts out those highlights on demand where people can just go see the ones they want right here, right now, several minutes after it happens. For real. People don't need to go sit through an hour-long SportsCenter and watch all those commercials, the 15 minutes of commercials in an hour of SportsCenter to get their 5 minutes of highlights from their team. Just go on Twitter. Shit's available, on demand. Go to the team websites. Go to the, the league page. All that stuff's available right now. And because, you know what, I have no reason to tune into SportsCenter anymore because I get the highlights I want when I want. Which means that's their core non-live sports programming. That's what people tuned into, and they stuck around for some of the other stuff because, it's on TV, and this, I'm not changing the channel. This is sort of interesting. Now, people aren't tuning in for that anymore.
Shawn, did you want to add anything?
Yeah, I agree with you too on how the upper sports is starting to, it's picking up. It's booming right now, and then I agree with Dorf on that stuff. I really do think, downfall of what's going on right now. Obviously, a lot of people have easier ways to find, sports news. And, I really think podcasts are actually picking up more and more and more, and people are just creating more of that stuff. So I think that's affecting a lot of that too, because people can just go and listen to a podcast for, like you said, nobody wants to listen to like a full hour. You can listen for like
even if you want to do the expand this. I know you said you didn't want to like the whole media as a whole. I think media in general is at an all-time high. You look at a guy like, for example, the Joe Rogan podcast. It's him and this other guy. So two people, and they reach just as many people on a given day. They do it every day, 7 days a week, 2 to 3 hours depending on their guest. Sometimes, very rarely, twice a day. Two people reach the same amount of people on a daily basis that MSNBC does in prime time. Two guys. And kind of that same angle when it comes to analysis and breakdowns, and everybody can kind of get their little niche and angle filled where you can have the data-centric, fan graphs types to the slapdick homers that you can find on like Bleacher Report and SB Nation. Depending on what your favorite flavor is, you can find a style of coverage that fits you on demand. You don't need to tune into major media for that anymore.
I don't want to mention big media because I think big media right now is benefiting from Donald Trump and the war he's waging against him. Look, when it comes to something like that, I think people need to take sides, and people are taking sides. And when something like that happens, the people who are on the side of whoever is going to boost
the side of the enemy of the people.
Yeah. Because right now, trust in the media is at an all-time high.
I don't know. Are you
And
sure
big
about that?
and big media trust is at an all-time high when it comes to presidents.
Well,
in dealing with presidents.
You look at a lot of
I'm
it
gonna have to
too.
check your data
You
on
look
that,
at this
but
too. Nowadays everybody is going off by this thing. The thing that they carry in their pocket all the time is so much easier to get data from that. People are listening to more like radio show, podcasts, stuff like that, and on the go. Especially in their cars and all stuff. So I'm saying it's a little bit downfall. I think a lot too because people are not sitting at home being able to watch certain shows like obviously we talked about ESPN NBC, CBS Sports, all that stuff. It's easier. People are on the go. They're out. They find it. I can be out doing something, also listening to this stuff easier instead of just sitting at home and watching that.
Go ahead, Dorf.
And another thing, when kind of getting back to that angle, that whatever type of coverage, whether it's political or just coverage of your favorite sports team,
Right.
can be tailored to your style, and there's someone out there willing to fill that niche.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for me to watch sport. You know what the last time I watched ESPN was? I watched Sunday Night Baseball once on the opening weekend of the season this year. Other than that, ESPN has not been on my television for like 6 months.
But you see that in big media, though. You see that kind of being tailored. I mean, NBC being the left side, and Fox being the right.
And you know you can blame for that? Captain Creeper, what's his name over there at Fox News, decided to take
Roger Ailes.
Roger Ailes. He's the one that set off the, fuck it, we don't need to be unbalanced. Let's just go for the fucking side of the market that we think we can make the most money on.
But you can't, I don't know if you can do that in sports.
You really can't.
You can't. And this is...
Fox Sports is trying to. They're trying to do the talk radio format. The constant conflict, the constant arguing, constant bickering, embrace debate. They're trying to. They're doing that. It's very hard to create that partisan divide where you have a guaranteed interest. But at the same time, they're doing quite well.
Well, we're gonna get to the debate thing because there may be something that is putting sports media in general in potential danger. But I'll get to that in a second. As far as ESPN goes, because it seems like right now they're too concerned with the survival of SportsCenter. And I'm not sure the overall success of SportsCenter is good for the overall success of ESPN. I will make a firm argument that it's not, and that they're putting too many eggs in one basket when it comes to
And I'm going to agree with you on that. However, I think they're trying to do it as kind of the, when your figurehead dies, when the long-standing pillar of your institution crumbles, then the uncertainty that comes after that is just almost unbearable, and so they're doing everything they can to stave that off.
Look, I'm not saying.
But SportsCenter, as it is originally constructed, the hour-long highlight show, has died and should stay dead.
You know what though? I'm not sitting here arguing though that SportsCenter needs to go away altogether. They are still though trying to. I mean, because they're getting something new started in the morning. And Mike Greenberg is going to be, I think they're going to be trying to getting a Today Show, Good Morning America type of thing going. And I'm getting this off of,
Yawn.
where did I get
It
this
seems
from?
like they're trying to keep the legacy going, but
You
it's
got
not.
awful announcing.
Obviously they see it's
I
a
think
dying breed.
I believe Awful Announcing did it first. Or they mentioned this, kind of the restructuring and everything. Scott Van Pelt is still going to be doing, the 11 o'clock version. They're still going to have the LA guys doing the one at 1 a.m. They're going to be doing that SC6 at 6 o'clock.
God,
that leads into the nighttime games.
The lifetime game.
I believe I'm missing one too, but again though, they're centering their entire, it looks like, audio structure here off of something that has died maybe a couple years ago. And they're trying to sit here and hold on to the old and hold on to it and bring in some new.
But they got to let go of the old to bring in the new. That's how I see it.
They seemingly are unwilling to let go of the old.
Yeah.
Exactly, because they're still trying to keep elements of the old SportsCenter within each one of these individual programs. Now, I can see their strategy here. Maybe this is what they have to do, is because when SportsCenter was most successful, it's when you had personality with the anchors. When you had a Keith Olbermann, when you had a Dan Patrick, when you had
you're tuning in to get their latest cool catchphrase to describe that the web gem or the highlight, the epic home run.
Yes.
And that was it was a cool thing. You tune into that because it was exciting. Now Chris Berman and the back got old.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Chris Berman hasn't been on SportsCenter in 10 years?
And he's not going to be on SportsCenter.
He's not going to be on SportsCenter.
No, he's gone. But I would say the last guy that had real personality
Stuart Scott.
was a Stuart Scott.
Mm-hmm.
And
unfortunately, he's dead.
And he's dead. And he's not there anymore. And, rest in peace, George Scott. But that's some of the problem, though, that I think ESPN was running into. It became way too vanilla. ESPN, I think, essentially got too big. They got too big for themselves because they started branching out into trying to get these, I guess, cozy up with
the big leagues,
with the people they're trying to cover.
It stopped being a media organization and started being a cheerleader.
Exactly.
Because their shared success due to the live, the need for shared success due to the live sports rights.
And you can't cozy up to the people that you are trying to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Because essentially then you become an extension of that team or that league itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I mean, can you imagine if, and again, people will sit here and argue this, but can you imagine if, like, big media, and again, don't kill me on this, can you imagine if big media, like say CNN signed a deal with the White House, that we're going to cover the White House exclusively.
We're going to have the exclusive rights to the press room.
Yeah, we're going to have the exclusive rights to the press room. This is, and, we've got this deal for the next 2 years. We're
going to pay the U.S. government $500 million a year for the next 2 years for exclusive rights to the press room, which gives us guaranteed one-on-one interview with the president for 1 hour each week.
Yep. And we're going to develop special programming around the president's administration.
Reince Priebus is going to have a weekly show.
Yep. That's where some of these problems, arise in all of this. And this is why
we'll have our edition of Paul Feinbaum taking calls from people.
And this is why I think that independent sports media has really been able to get a leg up. And Dorf and I have talked about this too. We've talked about,
quite frankly, talked this to death.
We have.
Fair.
We have. And it's independent sports media being able to essentially do whatever they want. Cover whoever they want, say whatever they want within some reason, and just go from there. ESPN, all of a sudden, when they're signing deals with the Big 12 or the SEC, all of a sudden can't do that anymore. It's not in the cards because if they do that,
they're destroying their own product. What they've already made a gamble on. If you look at it, how much did ESPN pay the NFL for Monday Night Football?
Oh my God! It was some astronomical.
$18 million.
Yeah, it was a ridiculous number.
They have to be able to recuperate that in advertising revenue. And if you're going to, if the league is in a bad spot, you can't sit here and shit on it because you'll never hope to make that money back. So you have to intentionally, change your angle on stories, cover shit up, because you know what? If not, your organization is broken, ceases to exist.
Now, Dorf, you mentioned discussion, and Fox Sports kind of.
Embrace debate.
Embrace
is their slogan.
Embrace the debate. Exactly. The Big League came out with an article. I believe it was towards the end of last year. I believe it was last December, where they discussed the changing landscape of sports talk. And I'm not talking about just sports talk amongst media organizations. I'm talking about sports talk amongst people. People to media to people, and then people to people, or fan to fan. Is it changing? Is sports talk among fans becoming too?
You're talking fan to fan, not necessarily like your PM Drive sports show on your number one sports station in your market.
Well, is it becoming too analytical? Is this something that are analytics something that people can go in a bar and talk about?
I can. I lose everybody else that's around me when I do it.
Okay, well that's a good example then. Is that killing the fan to fan discussion then?
I think a lot of it has to, I don't want to sound insulting here, but the smart people have gotten further away from getting their opinions on sports from gut feelings and, the poetic musings of, let's call them columnists and beat writers. They don't rely on that anymore because you can see every game, every second of every game with your road games. All your road games are on TV. And you know what? There's a fucking stat for everything. And they're not just, based in nothing. Those stats are not based in nothing. They're based in, hundreds of hours of research by PhD-level statisticians meant to derive and come up with the absolute formula of how to objectively, without bias, evaluate players. Baseball, it's incredibly easy to do, especially from a statistical and mathematical perspective, because you can only have one team score at a time. Because unlike football and hockey and basketball, where the ball is constantly changing possessions and anybody can score from anywhere at any given time, that's a lot harder to come up with that universal metric to measure how good an individual player is or how good an individual team is. It's very hard to come up with the perfect metric, whereas in baseball it isn't. Because you're either on offense, you're on defense, there is no in between. There's no transition period, there's no, you can score on defense, there's none of that.
So do you think that it's becoming more and more analytical among fans then?
To a certain extent, yes. And I honestly think that's for the better.
Okay.
Because then it's less
I'm not saying
less bullshit and more substance.
I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that that's totally good. But from a media perspective, do they go more analytical then?
The old guard is
because if you go because if you go analytical, you are going to alienate a group of your fan base. You're gonna alienate part.
And I think that's part of the reason you haven't seen the old style columnist die out.
And maybe Dorf, is this the distinction that you get among these networks? For instance, does NBC become the analytical smart man outlet? And does ESPN become the everyman outlet? Or does Fox become the every outlet?
I think Fox is kind of angling itself to become that everyman mark. The everyman. Because, we're embracing debate where it's the substance of our show is person A thinks this, person B thinks this, yell at each other. It's entertaining, yell at each other for 45 minutes out of the next hour and we'll make a bunch of money. ESPN is trying to do more civilized discussion, database discussion, but at the same time hasn't gone, jumped feet first into the all analytics pile like they could. Because you know what? The ESPN Stats and Info is on, honestly part of the cutting edge of specifically baseball research.
Stats and Info is a great...
Oh, it's a great service.
It is. Yeah, that's one thing that I think ESPN has going for them that is working out
they have
very,
that.
very well.
They have that at their disposal.
But you know what, though?
But that could be your next step in big sports media, like you saw in political, let's call it political commentary, about 20 years ago? Is that about when you pay attention to this more than me. Is that when Fox News essentially came out and kind of reset the idea of objectivity in political media?
To tell you the truth, I can't remember when Fox News got their start. But
they started it.
Yeah.
They were the ones that started it.
Exactly. For as long as I can remember, Fox News has always been the beacon of conservative talk.
Yeah, and at the same time, we're a business. We're about making money. Fuck trying to appeal to everybody. Let's just ace it with our demographic.
Well, if you try to appeal to everybody, then you'll
appeal to pretty much nobody.
Yeah, you'll find yourself appealing to nobody. Although CNN is my favorite of the big news outlets.
You don't say. It's always on your fucking phone and your TV.
And I would
it's
say
on in the studio right now.
And I would say that CNN is probably the most.
It's the most accurate. I would say most accurate.
It's the most in the middle. Kill me on that.
By the best you can do to remove bias from political discussion, which is still not good enough.
I think
by any sort of objective statistical measure, they are the closest to the center of unbiased political discussion. I won't fight you on that.
And I'm not center myself.
I still find them falling left of center, but they're close to the center on literally everybody.
Mm-hmm. I think they have the most diverse guests and panelists when they bring them on.
And fair.
But anyways, now the things that what could possibly set big sports media aside or among independent sports media, for lack of a better term, is broadcast rights. Now, ESPN is always going to have an edge when it comes to...
Because they have Disney money.
They have Disney money. but they are becoming more of a liability. However, as far as big sports media counting on broadcast rights as a lifeline, I think that they're going, well, things are changing in there as well, because the way that Amazon closed borders,
Oh yeah,
Amazon may be doing the same thing with
live sports rights.
live sports rights, because Amazon, did they get 10 games? Was it 10 NFL
Didn't they
games?
get all the essentially regular Thursday night games?
I think so, yeah. Because last year was
They don't play Thursday night every week, and they didn't get like Thanksgiving and stuff. So they got like 10 games, and didn't they pay like $100 million for it or something?
something like that, yeah. But when you start getting that, when you start throwing Amazon and Twitter into the mix here, I think that poses huge problems for companies like ESPN and CBS and NBC. Because you know what? Especially Amazon themselves. Amazon has so much other things going for it right now.
Oh, yeah.
So many other things.
And here's the
Go
thing
ahead,
with
Dorf.
the Amazon deal. I just looked at the details of it. It's a 2-year deal. All they're doing is broadcasting the NFL networks 10 games. They're just simulcasting it. They're just spitting out the same feed.
Amazon, you said?
Amazon is.
So wait,
It's
how?
2 years.
So there's not going to
$50
be.
million for 10 games.
Hold on, Dorf. They're not. I mean, there's not going to be Amazon cameras there.
No.
Who are they broadcasting through?
Yeah.
They're just literally copying and pasting the NFL Network feed.
So, okay, so you can watch it on Amazon if you have their...
Amazon Prime.
And
for comparison, NBC and CBS both pay $225 million apiece for their 5 Thursday night games.
well, who owns part of the NFL Network? Because I think
Fox.
Is it Fox?
I believe it's Fox.
I was going to say I thought it was CBS that owns.
Yeah,
part
I
of
thought CBS.
It is, because Bob Costas is occasional. No, hang
I
on.
thought it was CBS.
Bob Costas is NBC.
He's on MLB Network. That's what I'm forgetting. Yeah, Bob Costas does a lot of stuff on there. NFL Network is... Come on, who owns it?
I thought it was
Because
CBS.
NFL owns most of it, but it's somebody else, and I thought it was CBS.
I thought it was
too,
CBS too.
It is.
CBS. Okay. You know, I mean, maybe that's what it turns into here. Maybe the majority, maybe that these, because every single league has their own network.
Right.
NHL has their own network. MLB has their own network. NBA has their own network. NFL has their own network.
Say NHL too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if companies like Amazon or Apple's going to be the next one.
By the way, sorry, CBS does not actually own part of the NFL Network. They have essentially like a joint partnership venture.
Okay. So the NFL owns 100% of the NFL.
Correct.
Okay. But can you imagine? How does ESPN go and compete with like Apple?
They can't. They can't.
Apple has so much cash on hand. They can literally lose at this, like, the current rate of buying sports rights. They could lose money on it for 2 decades and still not be out of cash.
They could just walk up to ESPN and be like, here's a check, we'll buy you, and you...
Oh, it's not even like, we'll buy you. Oh, by the way, we're taking it. We're doing a hostile takeover.
Yeah, they're
on
just
the
going to walk
stock
in and be like,
market.
here's money.
They're not going to want ESPN.
No, I'm just saying...
ESPN is now a liability.
I'm just saying that's what they can do. I'm not saying they want.
Apple can, outside of essentially Amazon and maybe there's several other companies, they could literally buy whoever they want. You know how big like Tesla Motors is and all the stuff.
Well,
that they own?
Amazon and Apple are going to be teaming up a little bit here too, because Amazon Prime is coming to Apple TV. Look,
Apple and Amazon are going to run this world.
They already do.
I'm just saying, no, everything's going to become Apple or Amazon.
Well, and you got to look at it here too. Apple apparently is maneuvering its cash run to try and buy Tesla.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And SpaceX. Buy them both.
Okay, well, yeah.
Jeff Bezos is going to own everything.
So hold on here. Hold on here. If SportsCenter's out for ESPN, if in the way
There's
that they,
hardly a reason to have it. You
in
can
the
do
way-
like a web-only edition of it.
if you want to do a web-only edition, if you want to do a look, I'm not saying get rid of it. I'm not saying get rid of it. You need to cut it down though.
Mhm.
You can't have sports centers at every
every hour of the day.
Yeah,
No.
that is kind of annoying.
It's stupid. What if you can't count on look, 'cause I don't know if they're going to be able to count on broadcast rights here in 10 years. 10
Especially
years
with
from
how
now.
much they fucking cost to get.
Yes, 10 years from now. Is ESPN going to be able to hold exclusive rights to Sunday night baseball games?
Probably.
I don't know how long their contract runs. But
Are they going to be
not.
are they going to be able to hold that NFL contract?
They're gonna have to choose, and not to mention, look at all the money they've sunk into college sports rights.
They have a lot of money in college, they have a lot of money in NFL, NBA,
Oh,
baseball.
everywhere. I'd love to total up their total, long-term liabilities in sports rights and figure out how fucked they are.
They're gonna have to make some choices here. Because if Amazon wants to go full-fledged at this, if they want to go
Amazon has a
force,
big enough, essentially, industrial firepower and stack of cash that they could take them on and win.
yeah, or like you were saying, Dorf, if Apple wants to get into this, if Microsoft wants to get into this, if Facebook wants to get in on this,
Facebook has so much, so many assets. They could just be like, all right, well,
if Zuckerberg,
what do we want to buy? If the Zuck wants to be like, all right, we're gonna take over TV because we want to.
and essentially what this becomes,
We're gonna broadcast everything through Instagram.
It's going to be Facebook TV.
well, what happens with
Do it
all
for
of
the
this
gram.
is, in some senses, it comes into what a battle of the concepts: sports media versus social media.
Who wants it more?
And who wins out? Who hangs around the longest?
And in my opinion, it's going to be social media, for sure.
due to its convenience and
Yeah.
accessibility.
Yeah. What saves big sports media then? Is it originality? Is it controversy?
I don't think.
Or is it taking a page out of big media's playbook?
Can we have all the above? All the above, I mean?
I think it's going to have to be taking a big, kind of you've seen the last 6 months specifically. I would call it big media's assault on the little independent guy. You've seen a lot of that in a lot of places, specifically like the New York Times going after some very big people in the YouTube space. I don't know if it was out of jealousy or they perceived him as a threat or anything like that, but you've kind of seen that already. So you're going to have all-out warfare, essentially, dirty pool between the two different types of media here, essentially trying to outlast each other. And you're going to see it's not going to be too terribly long, I think, before one side or the other takes their ball and goes home. And I would have to think that would be old traditional sports media saying, oh, social media all now, we own the rights to all these clips. You are no longer allowed to have any of your highlights on your social media.
Who cares, though?
We own all that.
Who cares? The thing is,
we want to be the only place that you can get that.
you know what, though? They're going to be killing themselves in that. Because everybody uses social media. And if...
Then they're going to have to, oh, wait, you can have them. Pay up.
You know what's going to happen?
What's that?
Big sports media is going to have to pick their battle in this. If Amazon, if Apple, if Microsoft, or whoever wants broadcast rights,
They're going to fucking get them.
they're going to get them. And ESPN...
And they'll overspend. They will literally outspend you at every step of the way just to have the proof of concept.
ESPN is going to have to go the route of...
You have to go the way of the dodo.
Not the way of the dodo. They're going to have to embrace their original content when it comes
Get back to basics.
when it
back
comes
to the
to when
roots.
it comes to debate or what they do on the web and developing personality on their broadcasts. That's what it's going to come down to. In my personal opinion, at least. It's going to come down to originality. It may come down to embracing that controversy. Or directing your content towards a specific type of audience. Whether that's the analytic
Stop trying
group.
to appeal to everybody.
Yes, whether that's the analytic group or whether that's the old school group.
Old-timey slapdicks.
That may be what it all comes down to. Anything else, you guys, on this?
Nope.
Man, we've been going for 40 minutes on this?
Yeah.
It was a good topic. Good topic.
I want to know, let's get to the bitches and badasses this week. Badass. Go ahead, Dorf.
Starting with badass this week. All right, my badass this week. Chris Sale tying Pedro Martinez for consecutive 10 strikeout games, I believe, in 8. I believe he goes for the record. It would be like Wednesday. I think Wednesday or Thursday is his next scheduled start. That would be the record for streak in a row. Sale and Martinez both have the same number of, I think, like 3 or 4 independent streaks of 7 straight starts. Tied Pedro for 8 consecutive, going for number 9 his next outing.
All right. Shawn, go ahead.
I am actually going to go with the Washington Nationals' Ryan Zimmerman. Right now, he's currently leading the NL in batting average, home runs, and RBIs. He's
barely leading in batting average. His own teammates, crawling up his ass for that one.
Zimmerman's batting .385 and Harper's batting .384.
Yeah, honestly, it's within like a 1,000th of a point if you look at all the rounding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, I'm like, and the same thing with RBIs. Zimmerman has 36 and Harper has 34. So, but yeah, I'm going with Ryan Zimmerman. He's having a stellar beginning of this year.
Great comeback year.
Yeah, great comeback year. He's been phenomenal.
Year right there.
Mm-hmm.
Did they give that award out in baseball? Comeback player of the year?
Maybe.
Was that just like an NFL thing?
I don't know.
Congratulations, you sucked last year. You sucked slightly less this time. That's why whenever I coached, I never gave the most improved award. Means you suck. You used to suck, and you now suck slightly less. That's the way I always interpreted that. That's why we never gave that award out.
My badass this week are the Golden State Warriors, where they erased like a 25
point deficit.
Yeah, that was
25
crazy.
point deficit
By
to come back.
stopping Kawhi Leonard.
Yep. Hey, that type strategy, man.
Zaza Pachulia is a fucking hitman.
He's not going to get punished though by the NBA.
Well, I mean, he's like, I didn't do it on purpose. Kawhi's like, I don't think he did it on purpose. Did you see Greg Popovich flip out about it?
Yeah.
Fucking dirty player. God damn it, motherfucker.
Uh-huh. I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors, though, coming back from a 25-point deficit to beat the San Antonio Spurs 113-111 to take Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals in the NBA. And it's making up. Kawhi Leonard isn't going to be playing Game 2, last I heard, also, so... Popovich is going to have to find some way to get his team motivated to play without their best players. So, yeah. Hopefully, though, Spurs can get it together and make a series out of this. I know it's only 1-0, but the way that they played without Kawhi Leonard, things aren't looking good.
So does that? I don't know. I don't know how the NBA MVP voting goes. Is that already entered? Or do they vote later?
I think it's already entered.
Oh.
Yeah, it's already entered.
Is it already entered? They just don't reveal it until postseason.
Uh-huh.
I say this would be further proof positive that Kawhi Leonard should be the MVP if the Spurs fall apart here.
All right, bitches. Shawn, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna go with Eddie Lacy. I guess it's a struggle bus.
He made weight.
Yeah, he made weight finally. He got a $55,000 signing bonus from the Seattle Seahawks for losing basically 14 pounds since this offseason tryout. And he got signed. He went in weighing 267 pounds, and now he is at 253 pounds. And he just had to be underneath 255 pounds by, I think it was yesterday or something like that. And he got the signing bonus. And then every month from September to December, he gets a weigh-in for, he can get up to 300 and, it's like 380, like something thousand.
$1,000 if he makes weight every time.
Right. And their goal is to get him down to, I think what it said, 245. I'm like, is it that big of a struggle for this guy to lose weight? Like, wouldn't you just want to lose all that money? I mean, lose all that weight now just to get that money right up front. I'm like, all right, I'm there, give me my money, I'm like, he came out of Alabama weighing 231 pounds. And then when he went in the offseason, that's 267 pounds.
He likes to eat. Is that such a crime?
Yes, actually, when you're an
NFL, like, all right, Eddie, you're getting too jacked.
When you're an NFL player, a starting running back that's supposed to be like a bus.
How thin do you want Eddie Lacy to be here? How light do you want him to be?
240.
Yeah, 240 is fine.
Where's he at now?
255.
Yeah, 253.
Okay, we'll just wait. Feed him another meal. It'll be 255.
But yeah, it cracks me up on how he has to give him this weight loss program and he gets money for it. It's like, damn, I'm like, why can't I have something like that?
We want people to give you money to lose weight?
Yeah, I will. Eddie Lacy and I weigh almost exactly the same.
He's just slightly taller.
Yeah, he's only like a foot taller, but
Ready for mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, my bench this week is actually going to be the New York Yankees. For, in my opinion, botching the Derek Jeter retirement ceremony. First off, Mother's Day, really?
Okay.
Secondly, the graphic in the outfield, the number 2, looked like it was out of the fucking cartoon.
oh my gosh, that was hilarious. It looked like they sketched it with like fourth grade when you go get the plastic.
It's like, oh hey, artist, I know you're normally right-handed. You're gonna have to do this project left-handed, or else.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that was.
And
fun.
at the same time, like look at his essentially his plaque out there in the Memorial Park there. Looks nothing fucking like
No,
him.
it doesn't look anything like him. It is great.
The New York Yankees, if you took delivery of this, all this stuff like ahead of time, and it's like, oh yeah, this is gonna be, we're gonna make sure this comes out great. You get that from whoever you fucking hired to do it. You're like, the fuck is this shit? Give me try again.
And this isn't just some guy that retiring.
Oh, this isn't just like
This is Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter's
was the face of Major League Baseball for 20 years.
And to be honest, probably is going to go down as one of the best shortstops that ever played the game.
Look, this isn't Hideki Matsui's number that
Right.
you're retiring. This is Derek Jeter's number.
Yeah, it's the last single-digit number
Chuck
in your
Knobloch?
program. What?
What about Chuck Knobloch?
Chuck Knobloch, whatever.
Chuck Knobloch better not get his number retired.
Roger Clemens.
Is he ever going to get his number retired there?
I
Or did he
doubt.
play for too much for other teams to ever get retired in New York?
I doubt he'll get his number retired in New York. He'll get it. I guarantee he'll get his number retired in Boston before he does in New York.
I doubt that. He probably maybe Houston. I feel like Houston's got a lot of numbers retired.
He barely played with Houston.
Yeah, he played like what 1.5 years.
Like
Whatever.
Andy Pennington is
Yeah.
number retired by Houston.
Andy Pettit played in Houston for like 5 years.
Was it that long?
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
I really don't care all that much. 'Cause I want to get to my bitch. My bitch this
It's
week.
an irrelevant rabbit hole.
Yeah, my bitch this week is James Harden. Game 6 performance. Season on the line, Dorf. This is what he comes up with.
What's defense?
10 points,
Nice.
6 turnovers.
Sweet.
Guy doesn't play a lick of defense. And
Awesome.
look,
And you look at the plus minus there. Minus 28 when he's on the floor. It's a great effort, James.
the thing with
You're the real MVP.
look, I'm not gonna totally get on a guy when you could score like a guy that James Harden could do, because James Harden is an elite scorer in the NBA. But the thing with James Harden is it's not that he's not good at defense. He refuses
Doesn't
to
even
play.
try.
He refuses to play defense. Trace McGrady ripped him a new asshole after their loss, and rightfully so. But the thing with James Harden is, I know I've talked about it before. Guys like him, guys like James Harden, it's what's wrong with the NBA.
Carmelo Anthony.
Exactly. Well, you know what? I would rather have a Carmelo Anthony on my team
Well,
than
Carmelo Anthony has about the same attitude to defense.
I would rather have Carmelo Anthony than James Harden, though. I think I get a better attitude out of a guy like Carmelo Anthony than I get a James Harden. James Harden's a guy that's never going to win anything in this league. I think you put Carmelo Anthony on the right team.
I don't think you could say he could win something anymore.
Look,
I think
James
it's a
Harden-
little late for that.
James Harden was on a team with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook and didn't win anything.
Couldn't live with them.
Couldn't live with them. James Harden's not
God,
going to.
you know they traded him 2 years before they had to?
James Harden
Because he was
is
that
going.
big of a pain in the ass?
He's not going to win anything in the NBA. Nothing. This guy is a joke. He is another version of Dwight Howard. Can you imagine this guy? Imagine
They
this
were
guy.
on the same team.
Yeah.
Dorf, imagine this. Imagine James Harden on the Golden State Warriors,
Oh my.
throwing down on the offensive side, then doing nothing on the defensive side.
Draymond Green would
What,
murder him.
I was going to say, what would Draymond Green do to James Harden in that sense?
James Harden would be decapitated.
Yes. Yes, James Harden wouldn't have a head.
We don't do that shit.
Draymond Green would decapitate James Harden and proceed to skull fuck him. That's what Draymond Green would do to him.
And then wear his scalp around as a fucking hat.
Yep. Exactly. Actually, I would pay to see James Harden be on the Golden State Warriors.
Just for the entertainment.
Just for
value
the
of it.
entertainment purposes.
Dude, like
Yeah.
you see like Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get back on defense.
I mean, we almost saw it in L.A. with Dwight Howard. I think Kobe Bryant was getting ready to murder Dwight Howard.
He
when
was
he was
going
on
to
that
have
team.
one of his, fall guy.
Well, you saw what happened when he emasculated Paul Gasol.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant ripped off Paul Gasol's nuts and kept them in his pocket. That's what he did to Paul Gasol when he was on the Lakers. I can only imagine what would happen if James Harden was on that team. Anyways.
Paul Gasol was so much better of a team player.
And
Too.
he was. He was, but Kobe still...
Kobe didn't like him.
I don't know if he didn't like him. I think he liked him. He just knew that he could... He was like an abusive girlfriend.
Kobe was.
Which is an interesting
Ironic
way of
term of phrase
terming,
there.
yeah. But that's all I have right now, and I'm not.
You're gonna stick to it. You're not gonna walk that back,
I'm gonna stick to it,
sir. Do you stand by the comments? Kobe Bryant, abusive girlfriend.
Yes, he's an abusive girlfriend. He's
All
a guy. He's a guy that had Paul Gasol pussy whipped. That's what we have with it. I don't care.
Oh,
Hey.
we get so many letters. For that.
Hey, remember we're talking about big sports media embracing controversy.
Oh yeah.
This is what
This is your-
separates.
yeah,
This is what
separates it.
This is the separation here. You don't see ESPN doing that.
Yeah, you don't see them using the phrase "quote pussy whipped."
No,
Abusive girlfriend Kobe Bryant.
no, you don't see that.
Should make sure to tag this episode when you upload it to YouTube with that, just to see how far we go.
Wait, are we gonna hashtag it? Pussy whipped abusive girlfriend. Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant.
Uh,
Oh man. And just wait for the Google bots to come here and closed caption the video by itself. All of a sudden those words in it. All of a sudden we're no longer advertiser friendly.
All right, let's do a little Would You Rather. We haven't done this in a while, but we've got some. I think we've got some interesting choices here. And the first one I want to get to. And I spelled life wrong, but whose life would you rather have? Derek Jeter says he came out and he said he wouldn't trade his life for anything. However, in the sports world, whose life would you rather have? Michael Jordan, Tom Brady, or Derek Jeter? Go ahead, Dorf. Start us off.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Okay.
I have earned the cachet to go out on my own terms.
Mm-hmm.
I've had an unprecedented level of success. I kind of do what I want.
Okay.
And, I'm still playing at the top of my game. Derek Jeter, honestly, if Brian Cashman had a nutsack on him, should have gotten cut 2 years before the end of his tenure. And Michael Jordan, I just don't like having a gambling problem.
Okay. Shawn?
as much as
That's not all.
Oh, do you have...
you have more?
I don't. Michael Jordan. Plus, I don't really like basketball.
Okay.
Um.
That's what you had to ask?
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Wait.
I just didn't want it to sound like.
Hold on, Shawn. There's more.
There's more.
Yes. What? I don't like basketball. Go ahead. Take it away.
We all were like Adam and I were just sitting here waiting, like that's it.
I didn't want to leave it as that's my only problem.
Oh, yeah,
with Michael
I
Jordan
don't
is gambling.
like basketball.
I don't like basketball. Sorry.
Start calling you Charles Barkley over here.
No, he can't. He doesn't like basketball.
Yeah, I forgot. My bad.
No, if I was Charles Barkley, I just wouldn't like college basketball.
Yeah. Go ahead, Shawn.
As much as I dislike the Yankees, I've always hated the Yankees. I would probably still go with Derek Jeter because playing in New York for the Yankees, obviously throughout all of baseball since it started, New York has been like the town, the baseball thing, and what Derek Jeter did throughout his career playing for the Yankees. To me, it's phenomenal. It's great. He had an amazing career, obviously. Getting 3,000 hits and all that stuff, especially getting a home run on his 3,000 hit. That was pretty sweet, actually, to be honest. But, I'm going to go with Derek Jeter for sure. It's just, as much, I think it's more because of me being a big baseball fan. But obviously, I love football and basketball. I love basketball. I really do.
Oh, shut up. basketball out of the four major, let's call it, basketball's would come in fourth for me.
See,
So.
it would be third for me. So, but no, I'm going with Derek Jeter for sure.
Okay. For me, I'm going with Michael Jordan. Guys made,
Look at you. We didn't even plan this, and each one of us took our own guy.
Guys made more money outside of basketball,
Oh,
outside
for
of
sure.
playing basketball than he has.
More money than God.
Yeah, so
Haynes.
He owns a basketball team.
And what was the battery that he had? He did all the time. The battery commercial.
Energizer?
Was it Energy? No, it wasn't Energizer. It was
Then the only other one, real major one, is
Duracell.
Duracell.
Yeah.
No. Oh man, what was it? I can't remember. He used to do this big battery commercial all the time.
Is it with the bunny?
No, that's Energizer.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I don't remember this. So
No,
this is
I don't
really
remember. I don't remember it either.
I'm looking it up right now.
Anyways, Michael Jordan for me. I think that the way he's been able to manage his money after playing, and
We still got Jordan Brand too,
oh my God, Jordan Brand
Oh, yeah.
is
which is at an all-time high of popularity.
Yeah.
right now.
Yep, absolutely.
You see all the now that Jordan Brand is starting to branch out into like jerseys for college teams, and you see every team that gets that, all their players like jizz in their pants when they hear that they get to wear Jordan Brand now. Oh my God!
Jeter used Jordan
Yeah,
Brand stuff.
Yeah,
in the
he did.
field
Yeah,
too,
no, yeah.
so-
No, actually, Jordan's batter commercial is the Rayovac.
What?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
he did Rayovac.
Yeah, he did Rayovac.
Is that how you pronounce that? I've never actually heard how to pronounce that brand properly.
Whatever.
It's
yeah,
close enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, he did that. It was in the commercials that he started doing was in '97. I'm like, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
You remember that?
I do remember that because I was 11 years old.
All right, let's get to a little. Bryce Harper, contract or no contract? What would you rather?
So, would you rather have signed that deal now versus playing it out in arbitration next year?
Yep. And what was it again? Was it 18?
No, 21.
21.
Point
Okay.
something or other.
21.685 or something like that.
Something like that, which is a record for an extension to just buy arbitration years.
Yep. I would play out the arbitration because he possibly could get more money.
Except based on arbitration is essentially all based on historic precedent. There is no precedent for Bryce Harper. Considering his best comparable is Mike Trout, and Mike Trout signed a extension that ate up all of his arbitration years plus some. With that being in mind, it's unprecedented territory, and this extension was kind of a gesture of good faith by the Nationals, saying, you know what, we'll pay you more than you'll probably get now. Remember that when it comes time to negotiate after the 2018 season.
My thoughts exactly, Dorf. I sign him now because I think it puts you in a better position to negotiate with them once.
Because you don't have to sit there and bicker with each other an additional time.
Yep.
So that would be like 3 times in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now you have 2 years to get a year and a half, let's call it, to get something done.
Yep.
Now, Bryce Harper being advised by Scott Boras kind of complicates things because Scott Boras and contract extensions before free agency essentially don't happen. With that in mind,
He likes the money.
Bryce Harper could have a shit season next year where he hits 230. Dude's still going to get $350 million at least.
Yep. So
it'll just be a matter from who.
Yeah, and that's why I go ahead and I do it now. I mean, my thoughts exactly on that, Dorf. I don't want to. I don't want to run into another situation, like you said. If I get to eliminate a bickering point,
essentially,
at any point,
contract negotiations are your guy's pretty good, but he's not that good, or your guy, or like in cases of arbitration where they match figures, you essentially have to go in front of an arbitration panel and tell a player to his face,
why
you
not
suck.
Why he's not worth the money.
Why you're not worth it.
Yep.
And you saw just kind of in a smaller scale how that went with Dylan Betances and the Yankees this last offseason, where no fucking non-closers worth $5 million a season. And Dylan Betances, by the way, has been like the most dominant 7th/8th inning guy in
I don't
ever.
think I don't think general managers get enough credit for having the ability to avoid arbitration with their players.
And you kind of look at the philosophy of the Detroit Tigers, for instance. They haven't gone to arbitration with somebody since like 2006.
Yeah. And it's
because it's not worth it.
No, it's not.
We'll pay an extra $500, or $250,000 now to not have you disgruntled the entire year because we had to go in front of an arbitration panel and tell you suck balls.
And if you still suck, then you don't sign him one.
Then you non-tender him.
Yeah. Exactly. So, anyways, Colin Kaepernick finally making some rumblings around NFL free agency. Word is that he may be a backup quarterback with the Seattle Seahawks. To make this a would you rather, RG3 is also in the mix as well. So, who would you rather have as your backup quarterback in Seattle? Colin Kaepernick or Robert Griffin III? Shawn, go ahead.
Colin Kaepernick. Because he, his off-field and on-field, situations last year can be worked with, but he can still also somewhat play still. And RG3 is just done. He's just done.
I have a feeling Dorf might agree with you.
I'm not going to. I'm actually going to take RG3.
Really?
Oh, yeah, because
you want to take those 2 bum knees, right?
I need him to hold a clipboard and not be a controversial figure.
Here we go. Go ahead, Dorf.
I don't want my backup quarterback to be a bigger story than my starter.
But I want my backup quarterback to at least play, be able to play the field still.
If your backup quarterback is playing in the NFL, you're fucked anyway. The biggest skill and asset is as essentially a second quarterback coach and clipboard holder.
I agree in a sense with you, Dorf, but
I don't need.
I still want to give myself a chance if my starter goes down.
And here's the deal. I don't think that's in a salary cap league that isn't a smart allocation of resources to have the league's best backup quarterback. Because you know what backup quarterbacks do when all things go right in a season? They don't play a single snap.
You know what though? We're beyond the point of Colin Kaepernick going out and getting starter money at this point.
Right.
I don't disagree with you, but at the same time, I don't need a media swarm of reporters around my backup quarterback.
You know what? You know how long
every week of the year.
You know how long that's going to last for? Until he says something else. And if he does say something else,
do you cut him then? Do you look the fool because you signed him and gave him a platform again?
Because, maybe, but when we talked about this,
I'm quite risk averse when it comes with my backup players. I'm not doing it.
Okay, I would. There's certain teams out there that can weather that storm,
and Seattle is one of them for sure.
If this was
that's a fair assessment. Pete Carroll.
You have Pete Carroll as your head coach. Come on, the dude is just as nutty as Colin Kaepernick.
Now, if this was Oakland, might be a different story.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm the Oakland Raiders, I'm probably not going to go out and get either one of these guys.
Right. Well, and the thing is too is you look at it too with the scheme that their playbook that they have in Seattle. Kaepernick and RG3 could possibly run with it.
RG3, I think is. I'm with you the first time around. I think RG3 is done.
I'm just saying, if they did go with RG3, he possibly could because he's had the experience of kind of working, I guess, that way before his bum knees. But I think Kaepernick obviously is the better fit out of those.
He's getting married though. See him propose on the beach to his fiance.
So cute.
His girl, now fiance of 8 months, who he's already got knocked up.
Shotgun, shotgun wedding. All right, Romo or Cutler. Who would you rather listen to in the broadcast booth?
Romo all the way. This is Romo all the way. If I had to hear Cutler in the box, oh my god, he is. Jay Cutler is just an idiot, and he should just not even be in the spotlight ever again. He is the worst announcer. Have you heard?
I didn't know he's the worst announcer.
Have you heard his podcast?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh! I'm I listened to the first 10 minutes, and I'm like, wow.
Well, what's so bad about it?
Everything he says, it's just it's always about him, or it's not the correct way. It's just he's an idiot.
What's the format of the podcast though?
He just talks about random shit, just randomness.
You got to think some of this is, well, you know what? I've signed a contract to talk for a living now. I better figure out how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it is it a testing? Is it his sandbox? Try and test it out. Kind of learn his style as a broadcaster.
You're talking about Cutler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of this is figuring out because he isn't exactly a chatty
No.
a chatty person or a great interview during his time as an NFL player. So you kind of have to learn how to do that now. And you know what the best testing ground for that is? Fucking have your own podcast. Why not?
Why not?
We do it.
Yep. You know, I'm gonna go with Romo. Romo is obviously, I think, going to be more polished.
He's more of a people person.
I think he's more polished.
Obviously, yeah.
I think the entertainment value may be more in Cutler, though.
Tune in to see what Crazy Jay is going to say this week.
Yes, because when he does open his mouth, okay, what's going to make me hate Jay Cutler even more this week? I think that's what
How
it may.
does Jay Cutler put his foot in his mouth again?
I think that's what it may come to with Jay Cutler. And I'm not a guy that goes out there. I think a lot of people take too much or put too much into their announcers. Now, in some sense, I agree with some people's assessments. Like, I think it was a slap in the face to
Phil Simms,
to fans in Michigan when ESPN and ABC were parading Matt Millen out there.
Oh my god!
Every single Saturday.
Good.
I think that was a slap in the face, and it wasn't.
BTN hired him,
And it wasn't funny. It wasn't
No.
funny when ESPN did that. That was wrong what they did. But I mentioned this to Dorf too. I get onto it. I get on him about it sometimes. I think Dorf has a unhealthy hatred for Joe Buck.
He does.
And
he does. His hatred is like my John Madden. I hate John Madden.
Come to find out, the subject of Joe Buck came up at the when everybody was home for Mother's Day.
yeah.
Apparently, like, my sister is worse.
Oh really?
My sister is a baseball fan. She despises Joe Buck more than I do.
She loves Rick Porcello. Is that the one that loves Rick Porcello?
Yes.
We only have one
I
sister.
only have one sister.
Yeah.
Yes.
Does she still love Rick Porcello?
I don't know.
Should ask her.
I know she loves Daniel Norris now.
Oh.
Oh, he did buy a house.
Oh, he's going to stop being Van Man.
Yeah, he's not in the van anymore. He bought a house.
Well, the team probably told him, look, like,
Grow the fuck up.
yeah,
dude.
you're not living in your van anymore.
You're not going to live in your van all summer. Mike Fulmer,
This
stop
is
digging
not
ditches.
Toronto anymore. You need to
Wait, Mike Fulmer, what?
Stop digging ditches.
Digs ditches?
Over the summer,
Yeah.
yeah. He works for his uncle and, like,
Uh-huh.
is a ditch digger.
Yeah, you're going to cut that shit
Fucking
out.
cut that shit out.
That's funny.
Locally too, Rod Allen. Like, I couldn't give two shits the crazy shit that Rod Allen
so
says.
bad.
I don't care.
But
I
it's
don't
so
care.
funny.
It makes it. I
It's-
have
it-
to mute them.
I mean, it's part of the entertainment value for me.
Just you
Oh,
can
no, it
hear Mario and Pemba, the color
Yeah.
comment or the play-by-play guy, just sit there and roll his fucking eyes every time Rod Allen talks. You can hear it.
I really don't care. I don't. I don't get into it like jerseys. I will get into
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, you and
Yeah.
one of the guys at work will fucking sit there and talk jerseys for hours.
jerseys and logos. I will get into because I think it's important the way you look on the field.
Oh no, for sure.
Look good, feel good, play good.
Yeah. But announcers, I just can't get into it. I really can't. Stupid shit of the week. I'm telling you, these interviews at these combines and whatever prior to drafts, an NBA team actually asked Kansas's Frank Mason III how he wanted to die. That's right. Somebody
How do you even like if somebody asks you that and you're like just standing at the booth? They're like, how would I want to die?
Yeah. How do you want to die? He
I
said, and this is a quote from Washington Post. I said in my sleep because I wouldn't want to suffer from any pain or anything. So I'd just rather be asleep around my son and my family, Mason said.
Why would you?
I'm sure some psychologist told him to ask that, and it's part of some personality test. He
God.
says you want to go down to the blaze of Croix.
Okay. How much
Risk taker.
how much in depth into personality do you need to get?
You like, hey Frank, can you fucking put the biscuit in the basket? Okay, cool.
Who's not playing hockey?
I know. I'm just trying to be hip and cool with the kids, yo.
Yeah, you totally failed.
Hey
big time.
Frank, do you get buckets? Are you slightly okay on defense? All right, cool. You're gonna be a rotational point guard in this league.
Okay, you're not gonna. Who's the guy for Houston that wouldn't go on an airplane? He was like scared to death to fly.
Oh,
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
I don't think he's in the
He
league.
played at Iowa State for college.
Yeah.
Got drafted like 15th overall. Then like played like 2 games and then essentially quit.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Or they like put him on the restricted list because like he would refuse to fly. He wouldn't go to road games.
How do you do that? I don't understand how you
Because and then like he tried to make the team look like a fucking bad guy. You know, my psychologist says it's not good for me to fly because I can't mentally handle it. And they're
Okay,
like,
well,
dude, it's fucking part of being an NBA player, dude.
You're a first-round pick. We can't have you just playing
At home games.
Yeah, sorry.
I mean, you're a member of this organization. You can't just play at home.
Was that Royce White?
Yes,
there's it.
that's it.
And he played for the Sixers.
Is he on the Sixers still?
Nah, I'm checking right now.
Yeah, Royce White was a first rounder of the Rockets though.
Yeah.
The Rockets
Yes,
did take him.
he was. Yep. I can't imagine he's in anybody's team.
I can't believe
He
this is
plays
like
for the London Lightning in the NBL Canada.
the National Basketball League of Canada.
He played for the Rockets.
Huh.
You're dragging this cord across the microphone and I can freaking hear it.
Well, too
It
bad.
sounds like a
almost
way. But yeah, he played for the Rockets and the Kings. Yeah, so he's playing in Canada right now.
Okay, good for him.
Yeah.
Let's see. Fan question tonight. Sorry, Dorf. I got to get to it.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
I got to do it.
I actually I'm gonna have the surprising take on this, I think.
This kid is
All right. Does Tim Tebow deserve to get promoted? Dorf.
Yes.
Okay.
All the way to the major leagues? Absolutely not.
Okay.
But at the same time, he has shown let's call it advanced plate discipline, and dude's got like a 900 OPS on the year. You know what guys in low A ball with 100 OPSs do? They get promoted.
I have his stats right here if you want.
Go ahead.
All right, in 29 games, he has 15 runs, 25 hits,
Yeah.
4 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs,
More home runs than Victor Martinez. Go ahead.
11 RBIs, 0 stolen bases, 0 caught, 10 walks, 31 strikeouts. He's batting .243. His OBP is .328. His slugging percentage is .359, and his OPS is .687.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. I must have read that. That's like what he's done in like the last 3 weeks.
Tim play fakes in the pocket.
All right.
I know he's had an OPS in the 8s the last several weeks. I know that.
If what gets him to the major leagues, if he continues to show the ability to get on base,
Then if he shows the ability to get on base, then it doesn't matter who you are. If you show the ability to get on base, you deserve to be promoted. If you can keep doing it over and over and over.
if he continues to show
He's
it,
like the best prospect you have. Does he get on base?
that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
If he continues to show that he can get on base through these levels,
Yeah,
in
you
the
know
minors,
what?
does he deserve
Honestly,
to get promoted?
Guys,
Bearing that there's a spot open on the major league roster.
there, under no circumstance do I think he legitimately earns a trip to the big leagues this season, considering he is in low A ball
This season. Is he in late season call up?
only for the value of the freak, only for the freak show value.
Okay.
Oh, Mets have nothing to lose.
Mets have
We can
nothing
sell
to-
some extra tickets here down the stretch.
Oh my
Might
God!
as well.
You've got to. You know what? They better do it too. If they're out of it, late September comes around, they better fucking do it.
Fine.
Do it.
Now they'll be crucified for making a mockery of the sport for the in pursuit of the almighty dollar.
Oh, you know what?
But at the same time, remember this is the same sport that dressed a midget because
You know what? And fuck those people that get on the Mets for that. What? A team can't make money when they're out of it? Fuck that. That's some baseball purity bullshit that people get too wrapped up in. I'm not saying that's you, Dorf.
That's what he's saying.
I'm kind of on your side of this. You know what? If people are willing to buy extra tickets or pay more, buy memorabilia to come see Tim Tebow in Queens, by all means, let him.
Yeah.
Let him.
I hope it happens too.
I mean, you just risk losing your locker room. That's all.
The guy could help. The guy could. Hey, who could help Matt Harvey right now better than Tim Tebow?
Nobody. Nobody.
I think a lot of people.
You know what? Let's get Tim Tebow
Matt, know
up.
what the source of all your troubles is? You need to come to Jesus.
Let's get Tim Tebow up there to help Matt Harvey.
I don't know. Could you see him giving that like halftime speech? Or like that after they got no one will play hard. Try harder than play harder than us.
Tim Tebow's 7-inning stretch speech.
Yeah.
He's gonna get those rally caps going.
I think it'd be great. God, I want to see it happen so bad.
Would this be like a real version of like Angels in the Outfield?
No, Angels in the Outfield sucked. I hated that movie. Shut up, Shawn. Don't look at me like that. That movie sucked.
That was Matthew McConaughey. McConaughey's like big role.
God, and Matthew McConaughey is terrible. I know. The only good Matthew McConaughey was in was
Tropic Thunder.
I was gonna say Dazed and Confused. Right?
That's true. Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey was in Tropic Thunder.
Are you serious?
Was he?
Yeah, he was his agent.
Oh, that's right. He was the agent. Because Tom Cruise is like the movie exec.
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey is the agent. Okay, that's right.
All right, news time. We're gonna go with Derek Jeter and Dorf ripped him apart earlier for the Yankees.
The Yankees. Derek. I mean, all he did was show up.
Yeah.
Gave a nice speech.
Well, speaking of which, here's a speech. You get to play.
Come on, Struggle Bus.
Where's my sound?
We lost it.
Should be having sound there. I don't know where it's at.
Are you doing it on the right computer?
No, I am on the right computer. I guess I gotta switch computers here. Anyways,
Amateurs, I swear, amateurs.
no, I tried to get it going on the other computer here, but anyways, didn't work. I'll try here. Sorry about that. I don't really care though.
Yeah, Dorf. You can go F off.
Whoa,
What?
jerk!
Don't be hating. Trying to be like those cool kids nowadays, huh?
Yeah, Dorf, you tried to be cool earlier.
Yeah, you and your hip tout, you city boy.
Trying to be hip. What? I'm not quite from the middle of nowhere as you are.
You played here in New York for 20 years.
So much echo.
I learned that time flies,
What's a stadium? There's gonna be some
memories fade, but family is forever. And I'll be eternally grateful to be a part of the Yankee family. So I can't thank you guys enough. Thank you very much.
Marlins, I mean.
He doesn't have the money to buy the Dodgers.
Boy, apparently him and Jeb Bush don't have the money to buy the Marlins either.
How could you not have the money to buy the Marlins?
Because apparently, they made this bid without actually having,
money.
And apparently now Mitt Romney's in first place to buy the Marlins.
What the hell, man? I want to see W back in the mix here.
W want to buy a new team? Ah, leave me alone. I'm painting.
Oh yeah, he's a painter now. Never mind. You want to hear Greg Popovich agree that the Spurs got rattled?
Yes, sure.
In only a way that Greg Popovich can.
Is this his rant about how Zaza Pachulia is a dirty bastard?
Well, let's listen.
Well, I'm talking. When Kawhi went down, I mean, the game kind of like changed.
I'm just saying. Okay, good observation. You're correct. We got a little rattled. Our defense picked up. We got a little bit in mud. Couldn't get anybody to score, and they're fairly talented, and it showed.
I think he rattled the the news media there.
You noticed how empty the press conference room was, which was indicative of the fact that not enough people were there yet. Here, Greg Popovich sitting down for more.
Okay, I accept responsibility.
Just wanted to ask you about Kawhi.
I don't know. The game just ended.
Right.
I haven't talked to anybody. I don't know what Kawhi's status is, or I know he got his foot stepped on again. So he hurt the same foot. We'll see.
I think you rattled the media there.
It sounds like
everybody's scared to ask another question.
We better be on our best beat. We better have something good here.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're gonna get trolled by pops.
What kind of question is that?
We can't ask him anything dumb.
Like, what kind of question is that? I in a way, I kind of agree with him. Did you guys get rattled when Kawhi Leonard went down with injury?
Yeah.
Did you not see the game?
Did you just watch the same game I did?
No, we were actually.
I thought we played quite well afterwards. I mean, we only blew a 25-point lead.
Yeah.
You could get some sarcastic ass response like that.
Well, probably would have been justified in that. On the flip side here's Steve Kerr giving an inspirational halftime speech, which may have helped propel the Golden State Warriors to victory.
Is he back on the bench yet?
No.
Okay.
He's not.
Didn't he watch? He watched the last, or is it this game coming up? He's watching it from the locker room.
I think so, something like that.
We got to find that balance between pace and discipline, right? So we're a little out of sorts because we're trying to push it, but now we're turning it over a little bit. I thought our defense was actually really good in the first quarter, but then we turned it over. They got some easy ones, so now we're playing from behind. And then the second quarter we got out of sorts. So get your poise back. Wings run like crazy. Right? Just settle in on like 3 stops in a row. Let's get 3 stops in a row, and the push will come from that. The pace.
So there's Steve Kerr getting his team ready to go back on the floor, even though he's not on the floor himself, due to those complications from back surgery. Which I heard that when he first started to really feel them again, he couldn't even watch the game on TV in his hotel room. Like, he was like totally bed stricken. I don't have very many back problems myself, but I can only imagine that. Pretty painful.
Yeah, a little bit. Anytime you start cutting on your back, especially because if you think about it, all your nerves run through your back, up into your head.
Yeah.
I mean, if anything's off, a little bit off in there, you can experience that sort of pain elsewhere too.
Like a herniated. That just sounds awful.
There is no fixing a herniated disc.
Herniated disc. That sounds like one of the worst things in the world that you have to deal with.
Because no matter what, if you lay down, sit up, walk, do anything, it's gonna hurt.
Like, that sounds like an injury where you're not sleeping for the next however many days, weeks. That and neck injuries. Fuck, man.
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of injuries, Chris Iannetta got his face rearranged by a fastball, and it was bad. The guy fractures his nose. He
lost a bunch of teeth.
He busted some teeth. I want you guys to pay attention to the music that's playing in the background while Iannetta lay on the ground, spitting up blood and teeth at home plate. Just listen real carefully.
Oh! You're yelling. Organ music?
What the hell is going on?
Dude, they're fucking home too. What the hell? Silence is okay, Arizona. Dude just got his face mashed.
See the blood coming out of Chris Iannetta's nose and upper lip area. They're
Hold on, you guys. We gotta fix the dead air here.
Yikes.
I mean, come on. I mean, if there's
that's not in post or anything. They did that. That was live in the stadium, right?
Sounds like it's live in the stadium. Man.
Oh Jesus.
Anyway, Iannetta did go to the hospital and
He was hospitalized overnight, wasn't he?
Yep. Fractured nose, and he is gonna have to see a dentist
or a couple dentists.
Yeah, get that teeth thing figured out. Which, geez, I still can't believe Jacoby Jones.
All he had was a cut.
Yeah, just 8 stitches in the mouth.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even care who you are. No, that I would never want to wish that upon anybody. It's like
No, again. So I hate the high and tight stuff. If you want to send a message, hit a guy in the thigh.
Hit him in the kidney.
Don't make him piss blood.
Yeah.
Hit him in the buttocks.
You're a dick.
I am a dick.
You are a dick, Shawn.
I am. You know this.
Anyways, anything else, you guys? Anything you want to add?
See the massive troll job by the Cleveland Indians against the manager of the Rays.
What happened?
Kevin Cash used to be their bullpen coach underneath Terry Francona, and Terry Francona planned this comeback, welcome back Kevin Cash thing today on the scoreboard in Cleveland. Quote, there's this picture showing Kevin Cash with a bat. How bad was Kevin Cash at the plate? Kevin Cash's career batting stats, 183, 248, 278. In history of Major League Baseball, among all non-pitchers with at least 650 career plate appearances, Kevin Cash has the 5th worst OPS of all time. Nothing like the psych ops before you take on each other in a Monday night game.
If I was any other team and Terry Francona was coming in my stadium, I would just plaster KFC ads all over the dugout and have Super Mario Brother music playing on the
And another one, early Kevin Cash, a tribute to a legacy. Career stats 2000 to 2010, 183, 247, 273.
God, fuck Terry Francona.
Yeah.
Can't stand that guy.
Apparently they're friends, and it was only a batting practice, and it was just fucking around.
I understand. I still fuck Terry Francona though. Guy's a bitch. Anything else? Nothing?
No.
All right. That's going to do it this week, you guys. We'll be back again next week, same time, same place, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time here on TMSNX Radio, themajors.net. So for Dorf, Shawn, I am Adam. Bye for now.